तो हमने थ्योरम का स्टेटमेंट लिख दिया। इसका प्रूफ इसकी प्रूफ पर हम आ जाएगी। लेट्स प्रूव दिस थ्योरम। Proof. So assume that assume x, y belongs to RE. सपोज ये RE में है। अगर x y के बराबर होगा, if x equal to y, then there is nothing to prove because हमें यही प्रूव कर either x equal to y or there is a sequence of transitions. Then there is nothing to prove. So assume that x is not equal to y. Assume that x not equal to y. Now this x y, it is in RE, and that RE is equal to R union, R inverse union identity relation on x power infinity by previous theorem. So let S be equal to this R union, R inverse union identity relation on x. Then this xy, it belongs to s power infinity, which is equal to union s power n runs from 1 to infinity. So this means there exists n. There exists n belongs to n such that the pair x, y belongs to s power n. X, y belongs to s power n. This implies x, y belongs to S composition S n times. N times. Okay. So it means that there exists, say, z2, z3, so on up to zn minus 1, such that x, z2 belongs to S. Then z2, z3, it also belongs to S. Then finally we have, say, zn minus 2, zn minus 1, it also belongs to S. And the last one is zn minus 1, that's y. Y is here. Y belongs to S. So take this x equal to z1 and y equal to zn. Then we have this zi, zi plus 1, it belongs to S for all I equal to 1, 2 up to n minus 1. Which implies that zi, zi plus 1, it belongs to R union R inverse union identity relation on X, where I varies from 1 to up to n minus 1. So it means that either Zi plus 1 belongs to R or belongs to R inverse or belongs to Ix. So Ix means Zi equal to Zi plus 1. So we will not that case. It is an Ix क्योंकि उसमें ये दोनों इक्वल हो गए, तो वहाँ पर उस पेयर को लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. So that implies Zi plus 1 belongs to R, or Zi plus 1 belongs to R inverse. Okay. यहाँ पर आप साइड में लिख दीजिए, for if Zi plus 1 belongs to Ix, then Zi must be equal to Zi plus 1. तो उससे ये पेयर एक मतलब वो पेयर हम बाहर निकाल सकते हैं इन पेयर से, है ना. आपने Zi plus 1 belongs to देयर, हाउ मेनी पेयर देयर, n minus 1. अगर कोई भी पेयर इसमें से Ix में होगी, उस पेयर को हम रिमूव कर सकते हैं, उसको हम बाहर निकाल सकते हैं. तो आप n minus 2 ही पेयर्स ले सकते हो. Okay, for if Zi plus 1 belongs to this relation, then Zi equal to Zi plus 1. Zi equal to Zi plus 1. तो आपके पास ये जो पेयर्स है, therefore the peers which peers, Zi minus 1 to Zi, then Zi to, okay, Zi minus 1 Zi, then Zi to Zi plus 1, Zi to Zi plus 1. Okay. There should be two pairs must be replaced by a single pair. Okay, how do we do that? Zi plus 1 Zi, then Zi plus 1, Zi plus 1. Okay, so then the pairs Zi minus 1 Zi, and the next pair Zi plus 1 can be replaced, if for some I लिख दीजिए, for some I, किसी I के लिए अगर possible होगा ये, can be replaced by a single pair, and that pair is Zi minus 1 Zi. क्योंकि इसके बाद जो नेक्स्ट पेयर होगी ना, इसके बाद वो होगी Zi plus 1 to Zi plus 1 is Zi, तो वो नेक्स्ट पेयर एक्चुअली Zi plus 2 होगी, वो इसके बाद वो पेयर आ जाएगी. फिर इस पेयर की ज़रूरत नहीं है इस ट्रांजिशन में फिर. सो thus we have a sequence of transitions, क्योंकि ट्रांजिशंस की प्रॉपर्टी ये है ना, Zi plus 1 belongs to R belongs to R inverse. We have a sequence of transitions starting with X, which is equal to Z1 to Z2, and this is Zn minus 1 to Zn, that's equal to Y. Where these transitions means where the Zi plus 1 belongs to R inverse, R union R inverse. I runs from 1 to n minus 1. Now it's converse. Conversely, assume that x equal to y, or there is a sequence of transitions of the type 1, जो हमने 1 में लिखा है, of the type 1. In case x equal to y, then clearly xy is in Re, because Re is reflex relation. If x is not equal to y, then we have a sequence of transitions of the type 1. Since in that transition sequence we have zi plus 1, it belongs to R union or inverse. Okay, because either this pair is in R or this pair is in R inverse. So which is obviously contained in Re, because Re is the equivalence containing R, therefore it must also contain R inverse. So it's in Re, so everything is in Re, so which means that अब आपके पास क्या, आपके पास ये भी है x z2, ये भी Re में है क्योंकि हर किसी i के लिए 2 है ना. इसी तरह से z1 z2 ये भी Re में है, और जो लास्ट पेयर है वो भी Re में ही है, zn minus 1 to y, where y is zn, it's also in Re. But this Re is a transitive relation, because Re is the equivalence containing R. First pair is x z2, second pair is z2, x z2, second pair is z2 z3. Okay, z2 z3, this is z2 z3, and the last pair is zn minus 1 y. Which implies x comma y belongs to Re, because Re is a transitive relation, is a transitive relation. So thus whenever we have this x equal to y, or we have a sequence of transitions, then x comma y belongs to Re. So hence the proof is complete. Now next is the congruence. So why we define congruence actually? As in case of groups, we cannot factor a group by a subgroup. ना हम उसको फैक्टर नहीं कर सकते, so that you will get a new group, quotient group. Quotient group के लिए नॉर्मल सब ग्रुप का होना जरूरी है. इनफैक्ट एक्चुअली रीज़न क्या है, कॉन्ग्रुएंस का मतलब क्या है? कॉन्ग्रुएंस का मतलब है कि ये भी एक रिलेशन ही होती है. इट्स ए रिलेशन रो, इसकी दो प्रॉपर्टीज हुई, एक तो ये इक्विवेलेंस होती है, इसको हम कल इस टॉपिक को अच्छी तरह से करेंगे, आज मैं बस कुछ स्टार्ट करूंगा। रो इक्विवेलेंस है एंड इट्स आल्सो कंपैटिबल। कंपैटिबल का मतलब क्या है? कंपैटिबल का मतलब क्या है? सो इट्स ए रिलेशन ऑन सेमी ग्रुप के, ऑन सेमी ग्रुप एस सपोज। तो कंपैटिबल का मतलब ये है दिस रिलेशन मस्ट हैव सर्टेन कंपैटिबिलिटी with the binary operation of the semigroup S. As the semigroup, it has a binary operation. So compatibility means ये जो relation है ना, it has some sort of compatibility with the binary operation. So what's that compatibility? That compatibility is the following: if x comma y belongs to the relation row x1 y1 से and x2 y2 also belongs to row, सपोज ये दोनों चीजें रो में है, रो इक्विवेलेंस है, तो कंपैटिबल का मतलब क्या है? कंपैटिबल का मतलब ये है कि x1 x2 y1 y2 ये भी रो में होना चाहिए। दिस इज व्हाट डू वी मीन बाय कंपैटिबिलिटी। सो इट हैज सर्टेन कंपैटिबिलिटी विद द प्रोडक्ट, with the product. Whenever the pair x1 y1 is in row, x2 y2 is in row, then the pair x1 x2 y1 y2 it should be in row. So this is called the compatible relation. Compatible relation. So why this compatibility is important? It is same in the groups. अगर इसकी जगह पर आपके सेमी ग्रुप की जगह पर ग्रुप भी होगा, वहां पर भी compatibility की डेफिनेशन यही है। अब देखिए compatibility भी कहाँ पर यूज एक्चुअली होती है, where we are using this compatibility. You know that if we have a subgroup H of a group G, so based on this subgroup we define a relation on G. हम एक relation G पर define करते हैं based on this subgroup. What's that relation? We say A, B and G they are related to each other if and only if A, B inverse belongs to H. ये रिलेशन हम डिफाइन करते हैं, और ये जो रिलेशन है ये इक्विवेलेंस है। एक्चुअली इसी रिलेशन की मदद से आपको वो लैग्रेंज थ्योरम मिलती है, ऑर्डर ऑफ सब ग्रुप डिवाइड इज ऑर्डर ऑफ ग्रुप। सो बिकॉज दिस रिलेशन पार्टीशंस आवर ग्रुप इनटू इक्विवेलेंस क्लासेस। ओके, so this relation is equivalent, but it's not this compatible relation. It's not compatible relation. That means whenever we have these two pairs A1 B1, they are in this relation. This is our relation, and A2 B2, it's in this relation, belongs to the relation this. That means A1 is related to B1 and A2 is related to B2 with respect to this relation. It does not imply that A1 A2 is related to B1 B2. ये इसको इम्प्लाई नहीं कर रहा, मतलब ये जो रिलेशन है इट इज नॉट अ कॉन्ग्रुएंस, इट्स जस्ट एन इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन, इट्स नॉट कंपैटिबल, इट्स नॉट कंपैटिबल। क्योंकि अब इस देखिए आपके पास ये गिवन है A1 रिलेटेड टू B1, A2 रिलेटेड टू B2, दैट मीन्स A1 B1 inverse it is in H, and A2 B2 inverse it's also in H. But you want to prove this A1 A2 B1 B2 be in H, they must be related. That means you must have this A1 A2 B1 B2 whole inverse, this should be in H, ये H में होना चाहिए, but it is not in H in general. Whenever these two things are in H, A1 B1 inverse is in H, A2 B2 inverse is in H, it does not imply that A1 A2 B1 B2 inverse is in H if H is a subgroup of G. But this is true if H is a normal subgroup. अगर H आपका normal subgroup होगा उस केस में ये true है, उस केस में ये जो relation है ये compatible relation है, और इसी compatibility की वजह से you can define then quotient group अगर H normal subgroup होगा। तो यहाँ पर भी एक्चुअली इसी चीज़ को हम जनरलाइज करेंगे। We are not taking subgroup, we are taking a relation actually. Rho, if this relation is equivalence, we cannot define the quotient semigroup as rho, but we can define it if this relation is also compatible. Same as in case of groups. For if it's a subgroup of the group G, then this relation is not actually compatible. That's why we cannot define the quotient group. But if the group subgroup is a normal subgroup, then we can then this relation is compatible, and in that case we have a quotient group. So that we'll discuss in our next